Okay, I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk about it because the sheer level or sheer amount of absolute stupidity that has erupted over the Nike, the Colin Kaepernick advertisement with Nike is, the level is at about 9,000. Will you get away from me with all your tap dancing? No, I'm not going to give you any of my food. Get. This goddamn dog. And yes, I am eating. Has that become like the new theme of this podcast? I know a couple of podcasts ago, I was saying that I was, still after 2 years sort of searching for, I don't know, like what direction or what voice does this podcast have? Maybe it's just, listening to me eat while also sounding like a complete fucking idiot. So anyway, Colin Kaepernick has done an advertisement for Nike. And of course the Trump supporters and the racists have all sort of, lost their shit. You got people fucking kind of reminds me of when LeBron left to go to Miami and all the fucking Cleveland fans were fucking burning his jersey. Got all these people now making videos of him or of them burning their fucking Nikes. It is fucking, it's hilarious. I find this shit absolutely fucking hilarious that people have gone so far off the fucking road that, they're out in the fucking weeds at this point in regards to their fucking craziness over an issue that they either are pretending that it isn't about, or they're just, I don't fucking understand it. Okay. It was a military person, I think it was in the Green Berets, or he was a Navy SEAL or some shit. He was the one that told Colin Kaepernick to kneel. This was somebody that was in the military that gave him the idea of kneeling. You have heard countless times veterans and current military personnel say that they stand behind Colin Kaepernick and his right to fucking protest. So if you're still, after all this, still claiming that kneeling during the fucking anthem is this sort of like slap in the face to the fucking military, I have to assume that you're either a fucking idiot or you're racist. And I know what some of the Trump supporters are gonna say, right? Oh, but what about the occasional black person that's that feels the same way? Well, you notice how there's only like a handful that agree with you. That you notice how like even the ones that do agree with you are a little bit fucking off as far as the whole what's going on, the circuitry in the fucking attic there. You notice how the majority of black people are on the other side of this fucking issue. It's like people that will say that, and I don't see it used too often, so I'm not going to pretend like that's being thrown around. But the people that are like, well, look, there are black people that feel the same fucking way. That is basically the equivalent of, well, I can say the N-word because I have black friends. There's a reason that there's only a handful on your fucking side, at least in regards to this particular thing. There's a reason that the majority of America is on the other side of this fucking issue. I know you think that you're the silent fucking majority here. I know you think that. But all you have to do is take a look at the fucking the numbers that show up when they have like the Unite the Right fucking rallies. I think the last one they had, I think like 20 fucking people showed up to that. You're not the fucking silent majority. You think that because the loudest fucking talkers on your side make it seem like the, you know, like they're like this fucking mythical silent majority exists, but it's not true. And why? I mean, like, and I guess what still bugs me is the people that are pretending like kneeling during the anthem is a protest against the country or against the troops, even though the troops are the ones that fucking told Colin Kaepernick to do this, or that they're disrespecting the flag or whatever. I'm so sick of you pretending like that's what this is about. You know, it is, it's fucking annoying that you're pretending like they're not protesting police brutality and the fact that, you know, a majority of African Americans that, you know, come into contact with police are either brutalized or, you know, the shot, even if they're unarmed and innocent. You had a 12-year-old fucking Tamir Rice gunned down in a fucking park in a state that has an open carry, and all he had was I think he had like a BB gun. But if you watch the video, I've said this many times on this podcast, if you watch the video of when the police showed up and gunned down Tamir Rice, you will see they pull up, they get out of their car, and 2 seconds later, Tamir Rice is dead. They didn't even give the kid a chance to explain himself. They just saw a black kid with a gun and they gunned him down. This does not happen really all that often to white people. It does happen. I will admit it. It does happen to white people and to others as well. But it happens more often to African Americans. And it's okay for them to be upset about that. And I know that there's going to be, well, what about the gun violence in Chicago? Pretending as though the system that has, you know, since the inception of this fucking country, pretending like it's not the system that's the problem. Like the fact that, you know, educational opportunities are not fucking really there in the African American, in some of the African American communities. I mean, they've done plenty of fucking studies that show that the level or just the level of disarray in a lot of the schools that are in the black community are just not even, I mean, they're not even sniffing the same levels as, you know, say schools in other fucking neighborhoods. Yeah, the violence in Chicago is bad. But one of the biggest reasons for the violence in Chicago and for violence in, you know, many fucking places in this country is because of the war on drugs. If you ended the war on drugs, which is basically a bunch of adults telling other adults what they can put in their fucking body, you end that, a lot of that shit goes away. You offer tuition-free college where people can realistically pursue their dream without ending up 30, 40, 50 grand in the fucking hole. You get, I mean, the crime population everywhere, not just in the black community, but everywhere, drops dramatically. You know, when you have the opportunity to really pursue your dream rather than just pretend like that's fucking possible. You know, I would be willing to bet that most people would be like, all right, well, there's no reason to have this sort of state of mind where it doesn't matter what I fucking do, I'm still going to end up where I'm at, which is something you hear quite often whenever they interview young black men or just black people in general in these fucking neighborhoods, right? A lot of them have just given up hope Because not only do they have to deal with the fact that the school system in their neighborhood is fucking below par, they also have to deal with the fact that they can't afford a lot of the things that, are considered just like staple in some families' homes. The idea of going to college, coming from a school system that is below par, is kind of obscene. Yes, there are some people that fucking do it, but you can't look at those people and be like, you know what, those handful of remarkable people, they did it, so why can't everybody? Well, then if that's the case, if that's how you're looking at things, then why aren't you Joe Schmo with the fucking 9 to 5? Why aren't you a billionaire like fucking Bill Gates, or the guy, the fucking elf looking fucking weasel creature that fucking, what's his name? Elon Musk. Why aren't you fucking, why aren't you that? Why aren't you fucking doctors and lawyers and fucking hedge fund manager? Why aren't you that? Are you telling me that you really prefer to, fucking dig ditches and shit? Like that was like, you know what I'm going to fucking do when I grow up? I'm going to fucking dig ditches. I'm going to stand out on the fucking highway with an orange fucking vest, with a fucking sign, with a stop sign that says stop on one side and slow on the other. Yeah, that's what I'm going to fucking do for a living. It's so ridiculous. Like when you actually like pick apart a lot of the stupid fucking arguments that are made, especially the one like, well, some people make it out, so what's your fucking problem? Well, okay, then then why aren't you the next fucking Jeff Bezos? Why aren't you the richest fucking man on the planet? If it's just about trying hard, if that's all it fucking takes, then why the fuck aren't you that? And if you're not that, then I have to assume you didn't fucking work hard enough either. Right? I mean, I could fucking say that. I mean, I could think that exact same thing. I could think, well, you're fucking lazy. The only reason that you're not a fucking billionaire is because, I mean, what else could explain the fact that you aren't a fucking yacht owning cunt? Other than you must be a fucking lazy fuck. But see, there's going to be people that are going to ignore that, or they're going to pretend like, well, I just didn't have those aspirations. Yeah, fucking right. Don't bullshit me. Nobody fucking grows up thinking I want to make fucking, 30 grand a year. Nobody fucking wakes up, or nobody when they're a kid is like, well, I want to basically live check to fucking check, which a lot of people are fucking doing in this country. I think they did the statistic like 60 or 70% of the fucking population makes 30 grand or less. I think like fucking, I don't know the exact fucking statistics here, but I know that I'm within fucking sniffing distance here. They're like, 1 out of like 3 fucking kids or so is in fucking poverty. This is in America as a whole, not just in, the communities that you think are filled with lazy fucking people. This is in America as a whole. And keep in mind, because I know you love to throw out they're only 13% of the fucking population, and yet they're responsible for like 80% of the fucking crime. Well, you guys are what? What does that leave you? Fucking 87% of the fucking country, and 1 in 3 of your fucking children are in poverty? What does that say about you? I guess you're just fucking lazy. I guess you just don't give a fuck about your kids. That's what it is. You when you were a kid, you were like, you know what? I want to make only make enough money that I can fucking not end up on the street. And if I have more than 3 fucking kids, or if I have 3 kids, at least one of those fucking kids is we're just going to kick him out, or we're not going to feed him as much. We're not going to buy him new clothes. We're just going to treat him like, like he doesn't really fucking matter. I mean, get the fuck out of here with your stupid fucking arguments that are really just code for I'm a racist piece of shit. Because that's all it is. That's all it is. The black community, at least as far as from what I can tell, has been screaming since day fucking one that the kneeling is about fucking the police brutality and the fact that, if you happen to be black and the police show up, there's a fucking higher chance that you will end up dead than any other group in this fucking country. That's what the fucking kneeling is about. And don't give me that shit about, well, they're at work. They're paid to do a fucking job. And they should just protest on their own time. Well, what better fucking time to do it than when the fucking cameras are on? I mean, are you really going to give a shit if they're doing it like on, fucking Tuesday at like fucking 11 o'clock in the fucking park? Are you really going to, are you even going to be aware that shit is happening? Get the fuck out of here with your racist bullshit. That's all it boils down to. You're a fucking racist piece of shit. The military fucking supports what Colin Kaepernick started. They support it. So this idea that they're disrespecting the military is bullshit. The players that have done it in the black community have expressed that it has nothing to do with hatred for the country or the flag or that stupid fucking song, that it is a protest about what is happening in their communities on a regular fucking basis. Your refusal to accept that really just means one thing in my book. You're a racist piece of shit. And you're pretending like what you're upset about has anything to do with any of the bullshit that you're fucking upset about. What you don't like is you don't like black people fucking standing up and, and acting like, like they deserve something that you feel that they don't. That is all it's about. And yes, these players are multimillionaires and the things that are happening to the black community probably don't happen to them. Although there are videos of fucking NFL players and basketball players that have been harassed and, fucking brutalized. Those are out there. So obviously even being millionaires doesn't save you from that shit. But you're going to pretend like it's something else when it's not. Now, I understand the fucking, the hillbilly dipshit that finds his sister attractive, that really doesn't, like the internet to him is as foreign as fucking, France to him. But if you have the fucking internet, if you're connected in any fucking way, if you have the ability to fucking read, at this point, your refusal to accept what the protest is about is basically you saying, you know what, I'm a racist piece of shit, but I don't have the fucking balls to fucking just say it. If your boss, like this idea, like, oh, they're at work. If your boss decided, right, this starting fucking next Monday, that, I don't know, you all have to fucking, before you start your fucking day, you have to do fucking yoga for like an hour. If they said, well, you know what, we've decided to institute a policy of nobody can be a fat fuck. From this day forward, you must fucking exercise when you're at work. How many of you would be like, well, that's what I'm paid to fucking do, so I guess I'll just fucking do it? Not one of you fucks would fucking agree to that. And it could be just any fucking request, right? Maybe you're like, well, I have been looking for a reason to lose some fucking pounds. So, okay, for, let's say they said, well, starting on Monday, you must come in to work wearing a fucking dress. It doesn't have to be a low cut dress. It doesn't have to be sexy, but you have to wear a fucking dress. Now, for the women, you probably don't give a fuck, but for the dudes, you're probably going to object to that shit. Well, that's the same fucking thing with this. Just because they work for the NFL does not mean that they must fucking stand and salute and fucking do all of this fucking bullshit. I mean, do you guys even realize that this conformity that you're pushing for is actually fucking fascism and not patriotism? Do you even realize that shit? You must stand, you must pay tribute, you must fucking do this. That's the same shit that they do in fucking North Korea with the little fucking fat dude there. That everybody must fucking not genuflect, but they must all fucking, stand at attention and, and smile and put their hands over their heart. And they must do this, because if they don't, then fucking, off with their fucking head. You guys are basically advocating for fucking fascism, and you don't even realize it. Because you're so blinded by your fucking hatred for black people. I don't know. I don't know what to fucking tell you at this point, because, getting upset with Nike or fucking burning your fucking shoes like a fucking idiot, or your fucking shirt or whatever it is that you fucking, you like. Here's the thing that fucking cracks me up the most, right? Is it's usually the people on the right, the conservatives and shit. They're like, they're quick to call everybody a social justice warrior and a fucking snowflake and all of this shit. But what is more snowflake-ish than fucking lighting your fucking clothes or your shoes on fire in protest because Nike didn't do what you wanted them to do, you poor fucking bitches? Oh my God, the fucking snowflake does not just exist on the with liberals. Conservatives are some of the biggest fucking snowflake bitches. Were these the same guys that for some reason they decided that, I don't know, they were going to break their fucking coffee makers? There was a protest where they fucking showed up wearing diapers and shit. What kind of fucking, I'm speaking to the fellas here. What kind of fucking men are you? Where this is your, this is considered acceptable behavior. You guys are all fucking bitches. Racist, fucking dipshit bitches. Triggered off of fucking Nike. You don't have to fucking watch the game, you fucking dipshit. If people kneeling during a stupid fucking song, because let's just call it what it is. The fucking song is stupid. It's propaganda. It's bullshit. If that fucking sets you off to the point where you're making videos of you fucking lighting your shoes on fire, you are a snowflake little bitch. And you can no longer accuse anybody of being a fucking snowflake or accuse anybody of being fucking triggered. Yeah, there are, I consider myself a progressive, not a fucking liberal. And there is a fucking difference. Liberals are the ones that need fucking safe spaces and they protest fucking people giving speeches at their schools and shit. Those are liberals. Those are the little liberal fucking politically correct fucking little bitches that you think are fucking snowflakes. Progressives, on the other hand, I don't give a fuck. I don't need a fucking safe space. I don't care if somebody fucking has something to say that I don't fucking agree with. I'm not gonna fucking waste my time protesting that bullshit. Mostly because I don't care enough to fucking protest, but also because how can I be for fucking free speech if I'm going to protest somebody saying some shit that I don't fucking like? It just doesn't make any fucking sense. You're either for free speech or you're not. It can't be, well, I'm for free speech that makes me feel good, but anything else, absolutely not. That isn't, you're not for free speech. Do I think that, like, if a Richard Spencer or a fucking Milo fucking Yiannopoulos or whatever the fuck his name is, if he shows up, is he going to convert people to his way of thinking that were never in that fucking camp? I don't think that's even fucking possible. You're either a fucking racist piece of shit or you're not. You know, if the fucking, the grand wizard of the fucking KKK showed up at my door, there's nothing that he could fucking say or do that would ever convince me to put on a fucking hood and start hating people because of the color of their fucking skin. It's just not fucking in me. You know, he could show up here, offer me a fucking Ferrari or whatever fucking car. He could show up with boatloads of fucking cash. You're not going to convince me to fucking be a racist piece of shit. It's just not going to fucking happen. So this idea that if you let these fucking guys come on campus and speak, that suddenly you're going to be fucking, like these guys can fucking brainwash people. You know, it's not possible. The only people that are going to show up to these things are people that already fucking agree with them or are there to fucking disrupt shit. That's it. There's not going to be somebody that's like on the fence, like, well, you know, I always believed in fucking equal rights, but listening to this speech by fucking Richard Spencer, I suddenly fucking feel like I need to grab a torch and fucking, do the Nazi salute. It's not going to fucking happen. Now, I know I'm way off topic here, but, you know, if you're fucking upset enough to burn any fucking thing, and make a fucking video about it, you are a little fucking bitch. You epitomize, like, if you were to look in the fucking dictionary and look for the word bitch, your fucking face would be there. Because it doesn't get more fucking bitch made than doing some shit like that. You know. I don't know. I mean, was it a good fucking thing for Nike to do? I'd say yeah, it was good. Even though their profits for their stocks or whatever fucking tanked for like a day because of all the reactionary fucking dipshits. I think it was a good idea. Because once the corporations get on the side of not being racist fucking cunts, you know, things begin to fucking change. And if you're fucking against, you know, getting rid of or at least doing whatever you can to fucking get rid of fucking racism and fucking inequality, if you're fucking protesting that, then guess what, dipshit? You're a fucking racist. Man, these eggs are fucking delicious. I bet you want some, huh, Momo? But you can't have any. I had the weirdest fucking dream last night. I had a dream that we were being fucking invaded by like really aggressive fucking spiders. And, you know, for those of you that don't know, you know, I'm not afraid of anything. Well, I mean, obviously I'm afraid, like if somebody fucking, broke down my door with a fucking chainsaw, you know, I think I'd be fucking pretty afraid there. But as far as just, you know, things in nature, like I'm not afraid of much. You know, spiders would be number one for me. I've always been afraid of fucking spiders. Well, not always. I was okay with spiders up until about 6. And then I don't know if I've told this story on this podcast or not, but I know I have mentioned that my mother was kind of a fucking monster to me growing up, which might explain all my fucking anger issues. You know, fair enough. But when I was 6, we were at school, and she was there for some fucking reason. I think, you know, I don't know if I got in trouble or what. I don't know what she was fucking doing there. But this one class or this one lady had like in their class as a fucking class pet, they had a fucking tarantula, right? Now, you know, as an adult, tarantulas are not that fucking, I mean, you know, they're big, obviously, But, you know, when you're an adult, it's like, you know, yeah, it's a big fucking spider. But when you're fucking 6, you know, that to, you know, to a 6-year-old's fucking eyes and mind, that is, you know, that's a fucking giant fucking spider. And my mom made me fucking hold it, even though I fucking cried and protested and didn't want to fucking do it. You know, eventually she told me to quit fucking crying and hold the goddamn spider. And ever since then, I have been deathly afraid of fucking spiders. So, you know, when I have dreams all the time about fucking spiders. That's just how bad it is. I've gotten better, obviously, you know. I mean, when you have fucking kids, you kind of have to, I mean, you can't, you know, I can't say like, okay, I'm definitely fucking, you know, just get over my fucking fear of spiders. But I obviously have to, you know, I have to tone it fucking down, right? Like when, you know, before I had kids, when I was fucking single, like if there was a spider somewhere in my fucking room, I couldn't sleep unless it would, until I fucking found it and killed it. That's how bad it would be. Like if I saw a spider and then when I went to fucking get it and, you know, and it somehow got away, I wouldn't be able to sleep the whole fucking night because I'd just be worried that the minute I fucking fall asleep, that fucker would come and crawl on me and bite me or some shit, right? So, you know, my fear is real. But then when you get a family, when you start having kids and shit, you know, as a dad, you basically become the designated fucking bug killer. Right? And, you know, and especially fucking spiders. So I've had to fucking just kind of get over it to the extent where it's like, all right, you know, I'll kill it. No fucking problem. You know, I've gotten to the point where it's like, well, if I wasn't able to fucking kill it, I can go to sleep. Kinda. I mean, my sleep will be fucking a disturbed sleep. I won't sleep soundly, but you know, I've made fucking progress. Right? But anyway, so I had this fucking dream. I don't know how I ended up telling you my fucking life story, but I had this fucking dream that we were being invaded by like this really aggressive fucking spiders. I mean, they weren't like tarantula big, but they were pretty decent sized fucking spiders. And I remember just like, I don't know, for some reason there was a fucking an airplane that had like crashed into my front yard. But I mean, it wasn't like a recent thing. It was like it had been there for years. Like the plane had crashed and for some reason nobody came to fucking get it. And there was a bunch of these fucking big orange spiders that, you know, I see all the time around my neighborhood and shit. That were like, you know, they had spun webs and shit. And, you know, they're having a fucking grand old spider time on this fucking abandoned airplane. And then these fucking, these other fucking spiders show up. And I'm just watching them like as it's fucking attacking these orange fucking spiders and basically trying to take over the fucking territory and shit. And you see like, I don't know, I would see like one of the orange fucking spiders is like trying its best to fucking spin like a stronger fucking web so it could, I don't know, you know, dreams are fucking weird, right? And I remember just sitting there like, what the fuck is going on here? And then, I don't know. I mean, that's pretty much all it fucking was. I know that, you know, I did this big build up like there was going to be some fucking huge climax at the end, but it was just like, you know, I don't know, to have those kinds of fucking dreams. And I mean, I think what I was with the whole like, what's going on here? It was like, I wasn't really even afraid. So I think that's what it was like, what's going on here? Like usually I'd be fucking shitting my pants here, but instead I'm fucking, you know, it's like I'm watching a fucking movie over here. That was like probably the worst fucking story told on a podcast, I think. You know, I built it up like it was going to be this big fucking thing. It really wasn't, you know. Hey, man, go fuck yourself. You know, I got like, you know, I try and do about 45 minutes on this thing. Occasionally I just got to fill it up with bullshit. You know, let's see you do a fucking podcast and talk for fucking, 45 minutes to an hour about fucking anything that anybody would actually be fucking interested in. And I'm not even pretending like people are interested in this fucking podcast. you know, the reality is I've been sitting here for 2 years basically talking to, myself, but I do it because, I don't know, it's for the kids. How it's for the kids, I don't fucking know, but that's what I'm going with. But anyway, I think I've talked long enough. Was there anything else I wanted to fucking bring up? Oh, I'm thinking about, sorry, I really need to fucking, swallow what I'm fucking eating before I talk. I've mentioned before, that, I've done a couple of, open mic nights at a comedy club, which I know some of you are like, what? Why the fuck would you be doing? I haven't laughed once. And yeah, I get it. Because, when I'm trying to be fucking funny, it's kind of hit or miss. Maybe I'll say something that fucking gets a chuckle, maybe not, who knows. But I've done it. The couple of times that I did, I had mixed results. I mean, there's a few times where, I completely ate my fucking balls up there, and that's just part of the fucking thing. I'm not trying to make a career out of this shit. It was just, every now and then I get the fucking, the comedy fucking bug or the stand-up bug, and I want to fucking give it a shot. And I've decided that I'm going to start working on some material, and I'm going to try and do another fucking, open mic night soon. And will I be telling you where that's going to be? Fuck no. Because I don't want you cunts coming down there. And I mean, assuming that there's anybody even in my fucking, city, and that would be hard to find considering I've never told you where I'm actually at. I am in California. I am in the Bay Area, but that's as far as I'm going to go as far as letting you know what's where I fucking reside. But, I'm not going to tell you where I'm going to be because I know you fucking cunts will show up and you fucking boo and hiss or whatever just to fuck with me, so I'm not going to do it. And no, I'm not going to share the fucking material on this podcast either because, fuck you. God, that was really fucking angry. You know what? I think I'm just going to end it here before I end up, I don't know. I don't know why I'm so angry at you guys. I think just the whole fucking Colin Kaepernick thing and fucking Nike and people losing their fucking minds. It's irritating. Well, you know what? It's more than fucking irritating. It's frightening to see how much people have devolved into these like fucking Neanderthalic, tribalistic fucking groups of just absolute fucking dipshits. Just when I thought people were starting to fucking wisen up after George W. Bush, because I mean, arguably there was a lot of fucking dipshits that were, fucking lock, step and barrel. I don't know what that fucking phrase is, but lockstep. That's what I'm looking for. There was a lot of people that were in lockstep with his fucking idiocy. And then, Obama came around and, it seemed like people had kind of smartened up a little bit, even though Obama turned out to be a fucking horrific president as well. But, it seemed like people were like, you heard fucking, critical thinking skills thrown around a lot during his presidency. And then now that Trump's president, it's like all of that shit got thrown out the fucking window on both sides, not just on the Trump supporters, on the people that are, that were Hillary supporters or whatever. Just you see people have just completely devolved into these fucking mouth breathing fucking dipshits. And I mean, part of me finds it fucking hilarious, but a bigger part of me finds this shit fucking frightening to see how quickly people can just go from like, well, yeah, we should fucking figure out how to be a society and not be at each other's fucking throats and shit. To see that just sort of begin to fucking unravel because some dude with a fucking dead weasel on his head became president. It's unnerving, But anyway, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I was trying to shut it down, and here I fucking am going right back into it. All right, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. It's Thursday. I know that This is the, the first podcast of the week coming from me. Usually I do these on Tuesdays and Thursdays, occasionally Fridays, but, I've had a busy fucking week. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Hope you're having a good week. I may or may not do a fucking podcast tomorrow. If I don't, have a good fucking weekend. And if I do, well, then I'll talk to you fucks, in 24 hours or so. All right, take it easy. Don't take any shit. And go fuck yourself. Peace.